Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
David Fishman joining us again here from Cadillac Travel. So excited to have him here. He's helping people cruise, land tours, any type of travel around the world. He's an expert, and he's here today to talk more about the work he does. And please say hello and introduce yourself.
Hello. Hi, Jill. How are you today? I'm David Fishman, Cadillac Travel Group, your travel guru, your guide to the world from Cadillac Travel. We're going to be talking about some more fun things today. We're going to talk about some all-inclusives. I think today would be a good thing to talk about.
Yeah, it's always confusing. Is it a better deal to, not to? We're going to get to that. But first, tell us how we can reach you. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay, so Cadillac Travel's been in business now 40 years. Must have started when I was 5 years old and a child prodigy.
Exactly, of course you did.
Oh, yeah. And so we are located in Royal Oak, Michigan, but you can reach us anywhere in the world. You can go to www.cadillactravel.com, 1-800-369-TRIP if you want to call us on that. Or you can email it david@cadillactravel.com or info@cadillactravel. So there's many ways to find us. And we're here for you with over 600 years of travel destination knowledge to help you anywhere you want to go. We've been there. We can make sure you have the amazing experience that you're looking for.
All right. So how do we find you?
You can find us www.cadillactravel.com, or you can email us at info@cadillactravel.com or david@cadillactravel. Any of those, and of course our phone numbers at 1-800-369-TRIP, 8747 or 248-358-5330.
All right, great. So all-inclusive is our topic today, right? Is it a good deal, or is there really more to consider than we think? Explain the concept of this.
Well, everything is, except in the US, ironically, is going towards more of an all-inclusive package, because it makes it a lot easier for people to budget. Because when people go on vacation, they go, oh, I want to go on vacation, and here's my budget. It's $4,000. And then they go on vacation and they spend $4,000 to go on the vacation, but that didn't include their food, their drink, their entertainment. So all of a sudden that $4,000 trip becomes $6,000, $7,000.
$8,000,
$8,000. And, it's all on the credit card. And now they went, oh my God, I can't afford to go on these trips. The beauty of the all-inclusive, you know what you're paying for. It's all in there. You don't have to worry about it. Everything's included. And so it really makes it easier to budget your vacation and not think while you're on vacation, which I love, not thinking when on vacation, because that's what a vacation is. Something you don't have to think about.
Oh, all right. Well, let's break it down for us. Explain to us how it works and the parts of all-inclusive and what it really means. And I want to hear it all.
All right. So all-inclusives in general will include, the only thing it won't include, this is important, is your airfare. Although when you package sometimes an all-inclusive through some tour operators, whether it be your Delta Vacations of the world or Apple Vacations or GoGo or Liberty, there's a lot of different tour operators or wholesalers out there that will package the all-inclusive in with the air. So that will make your all-inclusive package even, so you know what is included completely. So it'll be your air if you add the air in, it'll be your hotel, it'll be your food, it'll be your drinks, it'll be your entertainment. A lot of times it'll include excursions or different, sometimes toys from the ocean or different things you can do. Those sometimes will be included as well. The things that might not be included, tipping usually is included as well. Although I always recommend you tip more because you'll get even better service. But the only things that may not be included is your travel insurance. That will probably be additional. But besides that, everything is pretty included. So once you pay that one price, you're done. Oh, also your transfers a lot of times are included too, from the airport to the hotel and back. So it's really nice. It's tied up with a little bow. It's really easy, and it makes it so much easier for you to really budget what your trip is going to cost for you, and then enjoy it, because while you're there, you don't have to reach in your pocket again.
Yeah.
Keep paying for more things.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. Now, also just want to point out though, with all-inclusive, does that usually mean drinks too, alcoholic beverages? Is there different all-inclusive packages for children compared to adults, or is that just like on cruises?
Well, That's a good point. And I was gonna you led me into the cruise part beautifully, thank you. But on the all inclusives that you go to, it's going to include all your drinks. So it'll be the soft drinks for the kids and your alcoholic drinks for the adults. In regards to cruising ironically has been gone more down the road of becoming all inclusive. So they're going to start putting into these packages that they'll include your drinks and soft drinks and alcoholic drinks, soft drinks for the kids or for the adults, and alcoholic drinks. They're starting to include dining packages on top of their already inclusive dining packages. There's some specialty restaurants that you'll see that'll be included now in the all-inclusive cruise pricing. And your entertainment is in there too. And sometimes as well on cruises, now they're including a number of excursions. Some of the higher end cruises include all the excursions. So that's another route that also you can go to create an all-inclusive experience by going on a cruise.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt with that. Go ahead. What else?
Yeah. So I'm actually going to throw out another type of people here about ocean cruising, but then there's also riverboats. And on riverboat cruising, which is an incredible way to see the world, because you get closer into the little cities and ports because it's along the river. And so it's really nice because you'll stay there longer, you'll stay there later at night, and you're right in the cities instead of sometimes in the ocean. You're on a coastline and you have to drive a distance to get in. And a riverboat cruise, you're right there, and they're usually completely all-inclusive. Your drinks, your food, your tours, everything's thrown in there. So riverboat cruising is really another all-inclusive option for you to see not only in
you have
Europe.
A call coming in. Hi, welcome to the show. You're live on the line with Cadillac Travel. David Fishman. Who's this?
My name's Anna.
Hi, Anna. Just so you know, you are live on the radio. Do you have any questions for our guest today?
Yes. So I'm looking to book an all-inclusive vacation for my family. And are there any cheaper rates in different countries, like different times of the year, to go specifically to the Caribbean?
Well, first of all, there are no all-inclusives in the United States, which I was going to get to. But if depending on where you go, there are better rates for all-inclusives. In Mexico and Dominican Republic are usually least expensive rates. When you start getting into the Caribbean, the rates are a little bit higher. When you get into the Jamaicas, the St. Lucias, and some of the islands down there, your rates will be higher. So your best bang for the buck is going to be going to the Mayan Riviera, Cancun, or Punta Cana. That will give you your greatest value and your nicest properties at a much lesser price than going to the Caribbean for the all-inclusive.
Yeah, that's perfect actually, because I was looking to actually going to Jamaica, so that actually helps out a lot too.
Okay. Oh, so you were going to Jamaica was what you were originally planning on doing?
Yes, that was one of my options as well.
Yeah. So Jamaica, where all-inclusive started, by the way, is usually the more expensive route to go. So if you want to save money and actually sometimes travel closer, which Punta Cana and the Mayan Riviera tend to be closer, you will save money going down that road.
Yeah, that definitely helps too in regards to budgeting.
Awesome.
Good. Thank you. Any other questions?
No, that's all.
Okay.
But thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate the call. And if you want to reach out, just tell us the website again, please.
It's www.cadillactravel.com, or you can call us at 1-800-369-TRIP-8747, and we're here to help you. We'll find you the best deal out there for your all-inclusive vacation. Okay, Anna?
Awesome. Thank you. Or I forgot the where we left off, but anyone else has any information, please, any questions, he's here to help you. 631-205-6593, 631-205-6593. Okay, so go ahead. Where would we leave off?
I think we were talking about riverboat cruising as an option for an all-inclusive. So what I'm saying is you're starting to see more different options in regards to cruising and riverboat cruising is becoming more all-inclusive. Riverboat cruising has always been a great all-inclusive option. And I was just trying to say, it's not only being in Europe to riverboat cruise. You can riverboat cruise in Asia, and in the United States. So people don't realize that, and it's a great option, really cool. And also, by the way, you can cruise on the Great Lakes in around Michigan and Illinois and Wisconsin, that whole area, and up into Canada. So that's another option for you, that you can find all-inclusive type of vacations when you start in the United States. Those are the ones that are available for United States travel.
Got it. Interesting. All right. What else do you got for us, David?
So to go back to one thing I did mention to Anna, you will not find hardly any all-inclusives in the United States. Don't know why he hasn't really caught on here in regards to the resorts, but there's very few. There's a few in the Keys and in Florida. But in general, you might find hotels or places that might have, including some meals along those lines. But in general, you're not going to find all-inclusives in the United States. That's been something that will be interesting to see if that changes moving forward. But I really think it will, because that seems to be the trend that's going, because you want to know that one-stop shop. You want a turnkey. You don't want to have to think about things when you're traveling. It's better just to pick and choose. Giant menu, as I like to say. Your giant menu, pick and choose. And it's a lot easier with kids and family vacations as well, especially on cruising.
Got it. Well, we're talking about what's the point? Obviously, it's kind of to save money. It sounds like you're spending more, but is it really to save? What is the point of all-inclusive?
Well, if you've heard of bundling, let's bundle it all together. So that's sort of the concept that they come up with, that they realize if you bundle it all together, they can create greater savings for individuals. Because when you travel and you are going to be spending money on food and entertainment, you somehow lose control of what you can budget as well. So this way, you know what you're spending, and in general, you'll spend less money and get a lot more bang for your buck by doing it this way. It just works out so much better. And like I said, less thinking. One thing I always love on a cruise, for example, because being an all-inclusive vacation in general, you'll go see a show, and then you're not enjoying the show. So I'm going to go dancing. I'm going to go dancing. You know what? I'm in the mood to go gambling, so I'm going to go gambling. Oh, you know what? I think I want to go listen to music, so I'm going to go listen to music.
Oh, hold on. We have a call coming in.
Come on.
Hi, welcome to the show. You're live on the line. Who's this?
Yeah, hi, this is Rob. How are you?
Good. Hey, Rob, just to let you know, you're live here with David Fishman from Cadillac Travel. Did you have any questions for him?
Yeah, I heard you talking about all-inclusive trips, and I was looking for a place to take my girlfriend and her two sons. I was thinking about like Turks and Caicos and, beaches, Turks and Caicos. I mean, I saw that could go up to like 16 grand for that for like a week or so.
I always wanted to go there, the beaches, Turks and Caicos. Is that?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No. Just so I wanted to know if that's a good deal or if there's better options. What do you
Tell us about Turks and Caicos and the beaches resorts, if you can, David.
Right. Turks and Caicos is going to be, as we go down the road of more pricier all-inclusives, but the beaches there is fantastic, and Turks and Caicos itself is just off the charts. The beaches and water are some of the most beautiful in the world. That is going to be in the price range, but it will depend. There could be deals. If you're flexible on your dates, some of the tour operators sometimes might package it, like I said, with the air, and so that may save you money that way as well. So if you have some flexibility, depending on what dates you go and how we package it, there could be some savings that you could find to go to the beaches.
And what is beaches like? Because it's funny you said that. I saw that there's like an Italian side, a French side, Caribbean side, or something. Do you know anything specific about this resort, David? Is it
beaches and Turks is just Turks itself is its own island. There's not really like in Saint Martin you might get the French side and the Dutch side. So it's pretty much straightforward that it's going to be a great family resort in the Turks, where some of the other resorts in the Turks, there's a few other more all-inclusives that will be more geared towards couples and things along those lines.
But you said you have kids, so right? Or you said your girlfriend's kids, Rob?
Yes.
And how old are they?
Kids. One is 7, the other one's 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So that will be that if you're going to Turks, that's your best choice for the place to stay, because they'll more cater to
They may
families.
even have like kids camp or something too, right? Some of those places, and in that aspect, do you think those things are covered by the all inclusive too, like the kids club, or that's probably separate? No,
No, all
together.
included. It's all included
Oh,
in the package. So everything that goes on there is going to be included, unless occasionally there is another thing. And remember, that may not be included, and that is spa services.
okay.
That's sometimes additional.
Wow, I've been to that's like a Sandals resort. I've been to Sandals for like the adults, but that's the same company. So is there all different restaurants there?
Sandals and beaches are probably going to have anywhere from, I think, 6 to 10 different restaurants there. Yeah.
Awesome.
That sounds pretty good.
That
I'm looking
sounds
forward to
good
that.
for the kids. Yeah, when you're planning
And
on
hopefully she'll
going.
like it too. We were thinking about maybe going next August or something like that. Or
Oh, good question. Is there a good time to go to Turks compared to others? Like, or is
It's
it like year-round beautiful?
year-round beautiful. The weather should be perfect in August or any time of
not
year.
prone to hurricanes.
You're in
Oh,
August, you're going to be on the edge of the hurricane season. You should be just fine. That's pretty early in the year.
question.
So you should be just fine. And you can really start planning that. You could do the land now and book that. If you want to package it with the air, you're going to have to wait probably another month. But I would book it sooner than later, because then you'll get your best deal also if you book farther in advance and a little bit flexible in the dates next August.
All right. Thanks so
Okay,
much.
great. That's wonderful. Well, thanks for your advice.
Thank you. And if he wants to
Welcome.
reach out, could you share the website for us?
That's www.cadillactravel.com, or call us at 1-800-369-TRIP, 8747
Awesome.
248-358-5330. Or you can just email me, David@CadillacTravel.com.
All right. Thanks so much. And anyone
Wonderful.
else,
Thanks
please
so
give us
much.
a call if you have any other questions. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Continue. Again, it's so
Oh.
good to have callers, but I'm off track.
I know. Throws us off a little bit, but that was a good one. It's funny because it goes back into some of the things you're talking about, where your best value is. And it's going to be, as I was mentioning before to Anna, in the Mayan Riviera in Punta Cana gives you your best values for your all-inclusives. And then when you start getting into the Caribbean, the cost could go up a little bit more. Absolutely beautiful, and still a better deal than going independently to the different islands. So, but if you want the best bang for the buck, Mayan Riviera and Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Also, because I was mentioning cruises again, got to throw that in, because some of the cruises are just so inexpensive now. And when they package it all together, it is an amazing deal. And remember, your resort moves, you don't, which is really kind of nice and very safe. Great option for families as well, because last time I've never seen anyone coming to kidnap your kids swimming in the middle of the ocean. It's just not happening.
That's so crazy. Oh my gosh. All right. What else do you have for us?
So, as I was mentioning, some ways to make even your all-inclusive vacation a little bit better is, when you get there, tip the people, because they're not expecting it, because a lot of they say tipping is included. But if you tip, and you tip ahead of time, and you tip early, your service level will go up. It's just a natural thing. They know that you're going to take care of them, so they're going to take great care of you. So I always recommend, even in the all-inclusives, to tip your wait staff, tip your housekeeping, and you'll see a difference in the type of service level you get. So even though it's included, I highly recommend that you do some tipping as well. Let me think about what else is important with your all-inclusive vacations. One thing that you can do, as I was mentioning just now, is if you want to go next August, airfares can be booked basically 300 days ahead of time. So even though it'd be nice to package in the air, he wants to go in August, he can't do it yet. But you can book the hotel. And sometimes it even makes sense to book your hotel sometimes and your cruises 2 years at a time, 3 years at a time. You'll get a better deal. And sometimes when those rates go down, many of the vendors will also give you the value of the lower rate when it comes down. So that's something to look at as well. And then, of course, you can always protect it if you're worried, planning that far ahead of time, with travel insurance, which we talked about before, which is really important nowadays, to protect yourself and make sure your trip is protected before, during, and after you go.
And by the way, travel insurance, what does that cover include? Like normally, does it cover like what type of illnesses or if a death or something? I forgot.
Travel insurance will, first of all, there's different levels. Okay. But in general, what they'll cover is trip interruption. If there's a trip interruption, your trip, or a delay, lost baggage. Um, if there is a death or illness prior to travel and you take your insurance out within usually 14 or 21 days of deposit, or within final payment, if you start out with the final payment, then you're covered for pre-existing conditions, and it's about your immediate family. So let's say you have an older parent, an aging parent, and you're worried about going out of town. If something happens, that's your immediate family. Even though they're not going on the trip, they'll be covered. You'll be covered and protected if something happens to them. And there's even pet policies now, as I was mentioning. Sometimes they have those as well. If your pet was to get sick, they got all types of interesting. And sometimes it's also including your work. If you had a plan to go and they work and there's an emergency and you have to come stay for work. So there's many different policies to make sure that you're covered before, during, and after. Of course, when you're traveling, all your medical, anything including medevacing you out anywhere in the world, that's normally covered as well. So it's real important to add that on to any of your vacations. Plus, if you book far ahead of time, because that seems to be a concern for people, but it's such a small part of your cost of your trip. It makes perfect sense to add that on.
And let's remind everyone how we could reach you, David.
So you can reach Cadillac Travel at www.cadillactravel.com, 1-800-369-TRIP, or 248-358-5330. Or you can email us at info@cadillactravel.com or David at Cadillac Travel. I'm always available as well.
Awesome. So what else do we need to know about? We talked about tipping, right? Instagrammable moments. What else? Is there any other trends happening with all inclusive these days?
It's Instagram moments are just the big thing nowadays. So it's great in most of these all inclusive. There's just so many cool things to show. You can take great dinners. So there's amazing foodie opportunities and taking pictures of your food, and then sunsets and beach moments. It's just, all these are usually located in tropical destinations, as well as great places on cruise ships or traveling the world in all these little cities. So it's amazing what things you can share and get people excited about the excitement you are having on your vacation by taking those great Instagram pictures and posting them and taking people along for the great experience you're having on your vacations.
Well, thank you. And we still got 3 minutes left, David. What else did you want to add for today?
3 minutes. So I know a lot of people are freaking out because it's on the news, and I've been talking about this, that there's weather. With weather, there's delays, which, we just talked about insurance. That will help you with your delays, because what doesn't happen with delays is the airlines are not required to necessarily help you in regards to putting you up at a hotel, feeding you, or anything else when you have a delay because of weather. That's an act of God, Mother Nature, and so they're not required to protect you. So plan ahead, get that insurance, call ahead, see what's going on with your flights, look at other flights, talk to your travel professional, see what your options are just in case there's weather. And now weather has a trickle down effect, meaning if there's problems on the East Coast and you're supposed to leave from Chicago and go to the East Coast, now that flight's canceled. Okay, now that flight's not going to the East Coast. Now the East Coast flight isn't there to come back to Chicago. And so you start seeing the dominoes start falling. And so what happens is, even though that you're on a flight from a place that's sunny and beautiful and you're going, why can't I travel? It's because of the weather in the other destination, or because that flight was canceled that was coming to you. And so you're going to start seeing those type of things happening. And that's when the problems start. So once again, call ahead, see what your options will be if there's a problem. Pay attention. They usually send you emails or communicate with you, the airlines. Make sure that type of information is in your profile or in your record, so you can communicate with them if they want to send you stuff to let you know what's going on. But be prepared for all the craziness that can be coming. As the one gentleman mentioned, am I too close to hurricane season? Once again, the insurance will protect you on that, but also because of the constant cancellations, got a plan. Check everything out. Make sure you're ready. Talk to a travel professional. They'll be there for you, because sometimes you can't reach the airlines even. And those online booking sites, sometimes you have to email them, and that's not going to help you when you have a last minute cancellation. So make sure there's someone to talk to and check all your boxes. Make sure you're going to be safe and be able to get to your destination on your next trip with all the craziness at the end.
All right. Thank you so much. CadillacTravel.com, David Fishman. Pleasure having you here. Looking forward to our next topic as well. Always loving travel and can't wait to travel more. You inspire me each and every week. Thank you so much.
Some
you
fun
have a great
ones
day.
coming up. Working on my safari right now. So
awesome. When is that going to be for?
That's going to be in November. I'm going to Tanzania for migration, which is supposed to be incredible.
Beautiful. Enjoy. We'll talk soon, okay?
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.